Hi everyone, Velvet here, and I have some stories for you today. But before we get started, can you please do me a huge favor and like, comment, and subscribe? It'll help the channel out and it'll get you more videos like this. Let's get to it. Our first one comes from Legitimate Safety 35. Am I the beehole for not wanting to support my parent slash step-parent financially? This story has many layers, so I'll summarize it as best as I can. I used to live with my mother and her spouse in a two-bedroom apartment, splitting bills evenly. However, my stepmother's frequent online shopping often left her short on her portion of the rent. Coupled with her habit of reporting nosy neighborhood children to the leasing office, these factors led to our eviction. Since then, I've been staying in hotels, often moving between them. Recently, while temporarily staying with a coworker, they pressured me into dog sitting despite my lack of transportation and strained relationship with my stepmother. Despite promises of payment, I was never compensated. Additionally, my mother has repeatedly asked for money, starting with my tax return. Jeez. Although I've helped with her car repairs, her requests have become overwhelming, straining my already tight budget. My income is weekly, while hotel charges are deducted weekly, leaving me with little for necessities. Despite this, my mother recently asked for money to retrieve her wife's towed car, promising repayment, but failing to do so in the past. Don't give her anything, man, and how did she get her car towed? I feel it's inappropriate to ask someone struggling with more than oneself for financial help, especially consider other, more sensible options exist within the family. I've lost lots of time, money, and belongings for situations far out of my own control, because others aren't being held accountable or responsible at the same time, being forced to get them out of jams they themselves put far into too often. I am currently in the process of moving in with someone, which is great, but even this opportunity isn't anywhere near close to being finalized. See the place, the pay stubs, the credit checks. This morning, before I could even brush my teeth, I get a text message that reads, "Happy Mother's Day to me," and wife's name. I honestly think my mother knows how overwhelming this is, and even comments that she hates to ask, and she still does it though, and doesn't like to. Even with this, it doesn't stop her. I do think she knows that I can't say no, or that she can keep pressing me until I eventually bend, but in my head, I know I'll beat myself up for it if I don't help. Am I the beehole for being firm on not helping them out? Hi, OP. Man, you have a terrible mom in that sense. She got you guys in this predicament. She's the adult. She should have had things on lock. But even then, you, her child, had their stuff together, had your rent, and had your portion of the bills ready to go to help, and she's over here blowing it on crap and not having her money ready to go. She's supposed to be the adult in this situation. She's supposed to set the example. And shame on her. Parents are supposed to want their kids the best for their kids and see their kids do better than them and exceed. And she's over here weighing you down, bleeding you out of money and wasting your time when you should be saving that money so you can, have your own place and, pay your own bills. And she's over here manipulating you and bleeding you dry. That's so f***ed up, man. OP, I hope you're able to move in with your friend or whoever you're working to deal out with to move it. And she was the one who got you guys kicked out, and she has the audacity to still come beg you for money when she's the one who effed up. I'm sorry, but yeah, back to it. You need to cut her off, man. She's dead weight, and she's just bleeding. She's a dead weight leech. She's bleeding you dry. Maybe in a couple of years, when you got your stuff together and you can stand on your own 2 feet firmly, maybe you can bring her back into your life for high and by and pleasantries, but I wouldn't let her get too close because she seems to only want to use you, OP, and that's so jacked up. That's your mom, you know what I mean? She's supposed to help you. She's supposed to want you to do better. She's just pulling you down in the mud with her. OP, you gotta cut contact and get your stuff together, man. Not the beehole. And our next one comes from Probs Didn't Happen 23. So, this one not happen? Now I'm still gonna read it. Am I the beehole for complaining about loud kids in the theater? Am I the beehole for complaining about loud kids in the theater? To start, happy Mother's Day to all mothers. With that, I decided to take my mom to dinner and a movie today. We had a really good Mediterranean food and met some really nice people. Night started out great. Fast forward to the movie, and it all starts with these people that come in 30 minutes after the movie has started. They're loud and using their phones for about 5 minutes, in the same row as me. After a few minutes, the mother of the bunch clearly leaves the kids in a rated R movie. It's Abigail, by the way. I'm guessing the kids range from 12 to 16. There's three kids. They're being loud and using their screens, showing each other's text, and talking aloud about stuff not even movie related. At this point, 20 minutes has passed of disruption, so I asked the eldest and closest to me if he could turn his screen down. He says yes and apologizes. After that, things go downhill from there. The other kids start talking louder and shite talking at that. So from there, I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm making a complaint. Fast forward past management, asking for their guardian. She finally arrives after another 30 minutes and tries to confront my mother, who is in her 50s, in the dark. I of course step in front of them and make myself clear I won't argue in a theater, and we can step outside if that's a big issue. She refuses and calls me all types of bees and hoes. Just an unpleasant experience. I'm still left with a tiny thought wondering if I was the beehole in any way. IOP. I don't even care if the story is real or not, but this is one of the main reasons I hate going to the movie theater. Another reason nowadays everything's kind of just garbage. Everything's just kind of sludge. It's really disillusioning. I'm looking forward to whatever Tarantino's last movie is going to be, though. He's kind of like the only director I still care about nowadays. But back to your story. No, you're not the beehole. I Again, that's one of the reasons I didn't go to the theaters is other people around me. Sure, the moments where the music swells and things start happening and everybody cheers and you're hyped, everybody's hyped. That's nice. That's a good feeling. I do love that. But it's not worth dealing with the coughing, the talking, the laughing when you're trying to hear the movie, and then you have this bright screen blinding you from the side, side of your view. No, I would have told him the same thing. And yeah, it makes sense they'd react that way. I'd probably react that way too if I was still a teen. Like, who's this goober telling me what to do? And then I'd start shite talking too. And then the mom, I can see why the kids are rude though, because that's their example. The woman who left them alone in the theater and had took 30 minutes to come back, I assume she went to the mall or something. Who knows? But then she comes back and starts wanting to fight your mom. If anybody touched my mom, I'd lay him out in the middle of the aisle. But real classy of her in the dark theater, trying to curse you out while she's being let out. So no, P, you're not in the wrong. People in theaters suck. That's why I don't do it. Don't waste my time anymore and money because things are ridiculously expensive. And our final one comes from Carbon Delta 55. Am I the beehole for refusing to give someone an item out of my shopping cart? My wife and I were shopping for some plants for our backyard. We picked out a tree and put it into our cart along with other items. About 10 minutes later, a woman walked up to me and said that she had just purchased that tree, the one in my cart. She said she wanted that specific one. To be clear, there were two trees left, so she had other options. I asked her why she didn't take it with her. That's a good question. I would do what you guys did and pick it up and put it in my cart, but when she decided that she wanted it, she said she removed the tag. Anybody could have removed the tag. It could have fallen off. Paid for it and intended on coming back to the garden section to pick it up. Aren't you in the? There's a register in the garden section. I think this is a Walmart, right? I know mine does, but back to it. To be clear, it was not off to the side, nor were there's any indication that it was reserved in any way. I told her that similarly, my wife and I had picked this one out and pointed out that there's another tree. She can just go grab that one. She said, "Seriously?" I said, I could say the same thing. Seriously. You're gonna ask another customer to give you an item out of their cart? Am I the beehole? Additional info edit. The store was Walmart. Oh, I was right. Okay, then yeah, they do have a register in gardening. I guess they shut it down at night. I don't know what time it was. The tree was a Japanese maple, about 3 to 4 feet tall, probably 15 pounds. Tree was missing the tag. She did not show me the receipt, nor did I think to ask for it. Yes, there was an open register in the garden section about 40 feet away. Oh, well then no. She's lying then. She wants that tree. I don't know why trees look like trees to me. I guess she just wants that tree because if she was gonna pay, she could pay for it right there, and tell someone, hey, can you get that tree for me if it's too heavy for her or anything like that. And it's 40 feet away. I think she was making it sound like she ran back into the main part of Walmart that's farther away. I think she just wanted that tree and she's just trying to, use that to get it from you guys. This is my first Am I the Beehole? I hope I'm not breaking any rules, but I think it's important to share my reaction when she approached me, which was, I can't believe she's asking me to hand her something that my wife had just picked out together and is in my cart. Yeah, OP, that is weird to me. I wouldn't go ask someone for something out of their cart. I have never heard of people doing that with these trees and stuff. The few times I've gone with my family to buy, plants and stuff like that. We just pick them up, put them in the cart. I don't know. I don't know how old she is. Maybe it's hard for her to lift something like that. Who knows? But I've never heard of the tag thing. Plus, she could just have it dragged over there, or she could have been like, "Hey, worker, could you help me move this to the register? I want to buy this. Can you put it in a cart for me?" She has options. I really think she was just trying to take that one from you guys. It might have been the prettier one. It might have had more leaves blooming, something. I don't know. But yeah, it sounds fishy to me because all she had to do was flat show the receipt, or if she didn't want to show it to you, go talk to the worker and have the worker clear things up. I do think she was just trying to, get you guys to give her that one. So, OP, I'm going to say no, you're not the beehole. Thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. And can you please do what I said in the beginning? And like, comment, and subscribe. It really and truly does help the channel out. It helps it grow, and it helps you get more videos like this. Velvet out.